today is August the 27th. This is a renovation that we've had started back in March, I believe on March 5th. But the supposed contractor started. He abandoned the project. None of his work is up to code, the code within the county that we live in. So I'm just going to start by pointing out this is the door, and the roof line actually, as you can tell, comes down maybe 3 inches below the door frame. This was left unfinished here with holes that you can stick through the door, the side of the house here, into the inside of the room, which leaks every time we get rain. He tore up the siding that was here and just kind of left everything in this mess here that you see. The house, the addition is, I guess, off square. I'm not sure if that's the proper term, but if you can see where the levels lay here, they touch in the back, but there's probably an inch and a half difference as it comes to the front. The door casing and the door frame is the same way. I'm not sure how noticeable that's going to be here. Also, when we go with the house wrap, it's how loose this is. Part of it has already come off. The wind blowed it off. We supposedly paid for new house wrap, but if you can notice, there are actually 2 different kinds. So I have a feeling it was pieces of one that had maybe been left over from another project. Again, nothing is tight or even nailed in properly the way it's supposed to be. We have several areas where the board isn't actually touching the bottom 2x4s, 2x6s, whatever we have here. You can, stick your fingers up under here, and you can look and see that that's just not nailed in. So there's several places where this has occurred. Bugs get up in, flies get in, wasps get in. The rain water from the roof actually runs down and it comes inside of the windows and it runs out. This one here actually is a better example of how far this is sticking out. So this goes right up into the side of the house, so I can stick my fingers in there that far. And we have another example here. Same thing. I can practically stick my whole hand up into here and run it almost all the way down. Now this is bowed considerably clear up to the window. The windows are at different heights if you measure. And again, we have the house wrap that is pulling off. It's come off completely on this end. And what it did, we found that we've got multiple pieces, and I'm talking small pieces of this board to actually do this end wall. And we've got, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces that he just pieced together, I guess, from scraps. And they don't even actually touch. Again, you can put your fingers through to the inside of the house. When you stand inside, you can see daylight out here. This is nails and drywall screws and different things that they left in our driveway that we had to pick up after they abandoned the project. Actually, we're still getting some stuff up out of the driveway. You can see we're still finding, pieces of things here. We've had to have 2 tires patched so far from what was just thrown into our driveway. And as I said, with the roof, the way it's come out far enough, so all of the rain actually just comes down and just goes on the inside of our windows, inside the house. We've got birds nesting, wasps nesting, flies. Horrible. We've had it's so hot in here you cannot really stand to be in this part of the room because the way it's been left. if you can, I don't know if you can tell this from the last rain, this is where the water, this is where it pools and stands in here, and then we get enough, you know, it runs down into this insulation, down on the floors. I'm sure there's probably mold. Doesn't smell very well from where all of this has leaked. This has been since, I think, March 4th or 5th was the first day. So we've had this problem since then. You could see the mess that was left here. There was a wall, a door and a wall, which they tore out. Part of the project was to extend the roof out, take this wall out, and just make this room longer. This is our header board. As you can tell by my height, it's probably 6 foot, maybe 6'2" at the best, the way they left it. This is a header support, you know, that's not even touching here. The very bottom, this is the same thing. This is a little piece of a block that they've put under to hold it up because they didn't cut the 2x4s in the right length. The floor, these floors are supposed to match. This is the how crooked and uneven, you know, nothing level there from where they've pieced them together. And again, as you can see, just pieces of scrap. Although he was given $2,000 to buy materials, we purchased the windows, we purchased the door, we purchased all the wiring, and we had some 2x4s here that we had used on another project. So the $2,000 wasn't spent here. The roof, where they brought out, they cut off, you can see where they've cut off 2x4s here and just left everything exposed here. Again, we've had to stuff some stuff up in here to keep the birds from getting into the house, as you can see here where this is all open and exposed. And so it's extremely hot. Right now it's August. We're standing here sweating. When in March and April, when we had some of the cooler weather, it was so cold we could not heat it, even with the coal stove that we have, because all of our heat was obviously going up and straight out. This we had, but they moved it for us. Didn't connect the pipes correctly, so the first time we used it, putting coal in the hopper, all of the pipes fell. So we had the fumes from the coal stove burning and, you know, coming in the house, so we had to replace that ourselves and try to get it fixed. He had left holes. He had actually bent the pipe, so which we had to fix obviously before we could we could use this anymore. So, you know, there was a potential there for very dangerous situation, house closed up and having the fumes from a coal stove. And the windows here, this is on the inside. This is where birds have actually come in the house, and they're trying to get out. We've had to catch the birds to get them out. As you can see, the wiring and all of the loose nails, and obviously not raining now, but this, you know, we have pretty good leaks all through here when we do get rain. The boards, he did put up these 2 sheets of paneling type boards, which they are bowed out. He didn't put them up. There's already mold running down them from the leaking. Again, this is the wall that was pieced together with the 12 or 13 pieces. As you can see, probably not in the video, but I can see daylight through here. The washer was not hooked up properly. They didn't put the hose back. They didn't put it long enough down on the drain. The first time we used it, we had water everywhere. If you notice the old ceiling, or the old roof to the new roof, there's probably a good inch to half-inch gap where there's not even, that's been left. You can push your fingers up and you're touching shingles right there, which you can actually, if you're standing outside, you can see the shingles going and moving. I'm not sure what the purpose of all of these nails coming through here. Just, you know, just nails everywhere. This, I'm assuming would be what should have been the light for our laundry room. Like I said, everything here left unfinished. They abandoned the project. but did take the money for the project. So we are kind of left without the resources to fix it. We've been told everything has to be torn down completely, clear down to what has been dug down into the ground. Those have to come out. Nothing will pass code. And I'm assuming that this would not either. I don't think, like the 6'2" probably here on this border, I'm sorry, on this board. The room, they've actually taken out some of the ceiling and just left it here. Again, you can see where the birds are finding their way into the house. In fact, we're going to plug a few more holes because they keep managing to find their way in. Again, we're kind of at a loss here as to what to do because we're going to have to pay the money to have it torn down. We was told we cannot use any of the lumber again. I'm assuming that we'll be allowed to use the door and windows, but then we're going to have to pay then to have it rebuilt. I don't know how long that's going to take, but winter's going to be upon us here pretty soon. So if you can help rescue our renovation, it would be wonderful.